You're listening to
Dr. Morton on UK's finest, GN Radio.
The name is the Mixon Dixon. You tune in, and you know this, man.
Dr. Morton has great stuff to offer. Never miss out on him. This is Felix van der Palen.
Hey, everybody. Hi, my name is Jan Pafankra. I'm a sports journalist, but I love music. And my number one choice is Dr. Morton. Keep it locked right here with Doc.
Dr. Morton, you are one of the greatest guys I have met. One of the really nice guys on the radio. One of the nicest guys meeting at events. What more can I say? Nobody could get no finer.
You're listening to
Dr. Morton on UK's finest, GN Radio.
The name is the Mixon Dixon. You tune in, and you know this, man.
Okay. Now here we are again, back on the game, and back on the stripe. Somebody say that.
I will sing my.
Right, it's my pleasure to host you another edition of
has been good, has been good.
Both profile and content of an interview with one of the greatest, if not philosophers, apart from the general. I feel like the Bob Marley's that I know. Really something to inspire you and keep you going. Right, let me go to my guest this morning. I'm sure this is not one of the familiar studios, at least when we were at the other side, you came over. But how have you been? After how many years? After after at least not 10 years, I suppose.
Yeah, we thank God.
Yeah.
Praise God. How are you doing?
Yeah, man. Just as you can see, we're not doing too bad at all, by the grace of God.
Sure.
We're
bubbling. You're progressing.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. That's what it meant.
Yeah, thank you.
You're meant to make progress in life.
Amen. Amen.
We're not meant to be stagnated. We're not meant to be stagnant. Any stagnated life is not your portion. So
you see,
I believe the GM Radio UK, you're going further and further and further. You're breaking.
Amen. Amen. I believe we're going to go beyond that.
Yeah, you're going to go beyond that. I believe so.
Yeah, I know we're going to be beyond that. Anyway, if you just joined us, I'm talking to FEDINAND Lawson. Is another. So many things, you know, inculcate into who he is, and it'll marvel you to understand that there are people who have varieties of talents, gift, and right. So as far as I'm concerned, he's actually another transformational, a leadership icon, lifestyle coach, publication consultation, columnist, speaker, and public health professional. Well, I have known this gentleman for quite some time now. We've been doing this, and I'm sure it is a package that I'm relaying to you so that at least you will get to know about this man. First of all, I'd like to, you know, give people impression as to who you are. And so let's just start off from your childhood. How was it like?
Oh, wow. You're taking me back to ages. We thank God for this opportunity, because I've always said that our life must be a seed to this generation. And I think once we are alive, we must make an impact. And whatever impact we make, that's the legacy we're going to leave behind. So I believe that I would like me sitting here this afternoon is because my grandmother made a way for me, introduced me to Christ. And since then, though she's late, anything that I do, I dedicate it to my late grandmother. So God bless her for wherever she is. I know she's in the bosom of Christ.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, growing up as a child, everybody, we all have whatever it's called, a moment that we always don't want to remember. But of course, you know, I've always said this, that if you refuse history, you don't become a history, or you become a history yourself in a negative way. So I would like to say that I would thank God for my parents that were there for me, took me to education and all that they did for me as a normal child growing up. You know, I've had my up and downs and things like that. But of course, that's life. And growing up, I always said this, that I never spoke until the age of 10. So I had a delayed speech. And of course, that became a stumbling block in my way. But of course, as we grow and we begin to identify who we actually are, we kind of use our disability to amplify what God had in blessed us with. And so I have grown into an adult or a person that I've come to realize that the only way I can use what God has given me is to open my mouth and start speaking. And once you start speaking, I've realized that God himself download wisdom, and that wisdom is what the world needs. So I believe that this afternoon, I'm only just open my mouth and the Lord will speak. And I know that many lives will be transformed. So growing up again, life is just a matter of chance. And I believe that by grace, we are where we are today. So yeah, whatever I'm achieving or whatever I've achieved, I believe it's not the end of my life. I'm going to achieve more by God's grace. And with grace, with all humility, I've come this far and I'll go far. So yeah, I don't also like talking much about myself. But of course, I'll leave that to them to explore. Okay, yes,
that's fine. So
Praise
you
God.
heard it from the horse's own mouth. Ferdinand Lawson. What about where you come from? At least I know you're a Ghanaian.
Yes, I am. With my good confirm, yeah.
Yeah, you're patriotic.
I'm very patriotic Ghanaian, yes.
Right. So where does Ferdinand Lawson comes from?
Well, I mean, we have 10 regions. When I was growing up in Ghana, we have 10 regions. And what I got to understand, where I come from is called number 9. And I'm not interested in finding out why number 9, but of course, I'm from Volta region, Keta and Jenikopa, Angloga. I'm from different places in the Volta region. So I'm a Voltarian. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Ghanaian, but Voltarian.
Voltarian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if somebody meets Ferdinand Lawson, how should the person describe you?
How would they describe me?
Yes.
Well,
I mean, everybody meets Dr. Morton, he knows as a radio man,
sure,
and then a media person.
Sure.
If somebody meets Ferdinand Lawson, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Without being introduced to the person, who should I say I have actually met?
Thank you very much. I think that is a very, very, very good question. I've always said that it is not the clothes you wear that gives you identification. It's what you do, it's what you are. Now, I would say when people, 3 things people can identify me with. It's an inspirational, a leadership icon, and a motivational speaker, and of course, a writer. So it depends where the angle they're coming from, where they're standing. You can't be able to judge or identify someone based on where you're standing. If your peripheral vision is not correct, you'll be able to see the person from the angle you're standing. So if people want to identify me, they can only identify me by what I do in the community, my life as on social media. I do as a leadership icon. I do a lot of leadership training, and of course, it's not a question. Who are you? More or less. So who am I? It's demonstrated by what I do. So if people want to find out, they want to know who I am, they're out there. They can Google me and they find out who I am. But of course, there's more to what I do than what it's on social media.
Okay, that's fine. I know you have a big following and followers of that over the years.
Yeah.
I just want to know when did you get this inspiration that I'm actually going to be an author? Was it a dream you encountered?
Sure.
Or was it some sort of a dream which you broke it down by realizing that this is my area, for which I can give it some sort of perfection?
Sure. Well, if I dive straight into the answer, life is always measured by the impact we make. And of course, growing up, as I said, I never spoke until the age of 10. So everything that I did in Ghana or writing in school days was always writing things down. If you go to school, somebody slaps you, you have to write it down. I went to school, Dr. Morton slapped me. So then you come home and then you have to write that down. And obviously that's how I became what I am growing up. Now, when discovering to become an author, I had that in me already in Ghana growing up. And I remember, I don't know whether you still remember the PNP, people and places in Tassano.
I do remember.
Exactly. When I was at the age of, secondary school, I wrote an article, and I think that was published in PNP.
Okay.
So that was then. I didn't take it seriously.
Right.
And when I was in secondary school too, I became one of the best handwriters. When you're talking about writing, yes, I'm always writing. So growing up, everything that was happening left and right, coming to UK and joining my parents here, I think 2011, when I went to university to do my public health. Although I had the writing in me, it has to be developed. And what you don't develop, you cannot deploy. You cannot use it to add value to people. So I was in my second year while others were studying. I got a revelation. Now the revelation started when I had a minor stroke. I had a minor stroke.
That's crazy.
I was admitted in St. George's Hospital in Tooting Broadway.
Right.
And whilst I was there, I asked myself, I had a dialogue with my God, and why am I so young? Even on the ward, I was the only young guy there. I was the only boy. Everyone around me with age people, the elderly people with stroke and other things. But so you ask yourself, why am I here? So that questioning.
I was actually coming to that.
Yeah, that questioning, trying to explore why God brought me here. So I had a dialogue with God that God, you have to heal me. Because I'm in my second year in university and I need to finish my course. And then now I'm having stroke. So it's a minor stroke. So you need to tell me what I need to do when I leave here. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Immediately, I had a voice in my spirit telling me, turn all your inspirational Bible knowledge that you have into book, into books. Now, into books, not book, into books. Immediately, I knew that God had spoken. So I called my wife and I told my wife, when you're coming to visit me, bring my laptop. So she didn't want to bring it. I said, well, if you don't bring it, don't come here. Wow. Lo and behold, she came without a laptop. I sent her back home. She brought a laptop. Then I explained to her why I wanted the laptop, because I've heard a voice from God telling me to turn my Bible, my biblical knowledge into books. So therefore, the only way I can do this and to get out of this hospital is to start putting that into play. Right. So I started writing. I don't know what title I'm going to write. I started writing about salvation in typing.
At that expense of time where with that predicament.
Sure. So but when I left hospital, to cut a long story short, I got discharged and then went back to uni. So while we're in university, in the library, break time, we're all in the library trying to catch up with assignment and things that we have to do in pending assignment and examination coming. Yeah. And I had a revelation. See, the difference between Esau and Jacob was an idea. The difference between Jacob and Esau was an idea the mother gave him. Okay. So I had an idea that when I'm in university, instead of me trying to do my assignment and others will be disturbing me, I will not have a full 100% focus to do the assignment. I opted to be writing my books. Wow. So when you can imagine other students around you, you are writing books, you're not doing your assignment. Right. But guess what? When I get home, that is when I do my assignment. So I turn it the other way around. So when I go to school, after classroom, after lectures, I go to the library and then try to download the wisdom that God had embedded in me, wisdom that God had given over the night into book, into chapters. Then when I go home and have my family around me, I tell them, listen, I'm about to do my assignment, so you need to give me my time. Right. And then that was what actually broke the back of the camel. So then I realized that was my only tool that I can use in terms of preparation, planning, and then executing what God has given me. Wow. So I became an author as a result of doing this thing, putting it in place. I finished my university, graduated, passed my university, and then carried on writing. So you see, someone that didn't have the opportunity to speak at the age between 0 to 10, you have the spirit, you have the gift in you. You have to find a way of preparing it, planning for it, find a way, strategy that can help you in order to be able to execute, bring out that gift that God has given you. So here we are. I finished my university. I'm about to finish another one. And now I'm still writing my book. By God's grace, I've published my 16th book, which is Change Your Mind to Change Your World. So writing, it has already been there. Right. But you see, the fact that you have a gift does not mean that the gift will be celebrated by others. Yeah. You need to find a way, the means to develop that, identify it, develop it, deploy it, and then use it to add value. Right. That is why when you don't add value to people, they don't want you around. The world is celebrating me today, not because of my handsomeness, not because of my knowledge, not because of what I think I look like, but because of my tenacity to be able to use what God has given me as a gift. Because God has given each and every one of us a specific gift. And your gift is in radio. That's what you are very good at. You might be good at other things, but this becomes your prime what you'll be noted for. That as my mentor, Dr. Mas Moreau, blessed memory, once said to me that the only way that you want this world to celebrate, to find why you are on this earth. A lot of us on this planet Earth, we don't know why we're here. Why are we in this radio station today? Because we have a purpose. So you must have a purpose, you must have a drive, you must have a vision, you must have a focus. And when you have this thing in place, and with all planning and preparation, with God's grace, I believe the world will only be a footstool for you. So it is very important that we identify who we are and where God has placed us to be in a specific time and place.
Wow. Wow. Well, if you just joined us, I'm talking to Ferdinand Lawson. He's written, how many books have you written so far?
By God's grace, I've published my 16 books, 16, one
Wow,
six.
that is incredible. That is more than 10 books.
Praise the Lord. Yes.
It's amazing. See, so if you're taking me through the stages of one, getting the potential God has placed him or her protected, you don't just leave it. You've got parts to play by working it out. You put in the efforts. As you talk about, God has given you maybe a song administration. You just don't fold your arms and sit down expecting God to put in the effort. So we've got part to play as far as I'm concerned. What has been some of the challenges before I go to the book? I know a few of your books anyway, but what has been some of the challenges? Nothing comes easily. Is there nothing good comes easily? I mean, you have to get a right thing, inculcate all these ideas, and give us what we seems to be benefiting today. What are some of the things that some of the hurdles you have to jump to have arrived at this stage?
You have to jump the traffic to be here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the petrol, the fuel shortages are out there. We have to find a way to be here.
That's right.
Yeah, I think, Dr. Morton, I think this question is very crucial.
Right.
A life without hurdles is a life that's going nowhere.
Okay.
Because if you're not going
I'll take
anywhere,
that.
when you're not going anywhere, that means you will not have obstacles. Obstacles are opportunity, depending on how you see it, how you view them. So if you want to get to a place from point A to point B, there will always be an obstacle, hurdles, challenges.
Okay.
It is you, where you are going. What is your drive?
Okay.
What is motivating you to go to where you're going?
Okay.
You see, when you're in a particular place that you are not being challenged, you are not being motivated, you are not being inspired, and you think that heaven will answer to your prayer, and all you do is fold your arms and think that only read the Bible and then close the Bible after and then pray and then sleep. God will see the days of manna is over. God will not come down on earth and do what he has given you the grace to do. Okay. So it is very important as believers, as Christians, that we identify who we are in Christ and also in the world. The Bible says that we are the light of the world.
Right.
A salt to the city, and a salt that has no value cannot be appreciated. So going back to your question, what are the hurdles? The hurdles will always be there. Some of the hurdles are, for example, about self-identity. You must identify yourself. I knew who I was, but of course, growing up, I was God being mocked by people that, oh, you can't sleep, you can't talk, you can't say this. And sometimes I do something sometimes, and maybe if I want to pronounce the word, I'll say, oh, maybe. Now, this maybe became my problem, became my challenge. So I said, no, I have to rise above that. Now, you see, when you look at an eagle and a chicken in the same coop, you may think that the eagle has no purpose. Okay. You may think the eagle has no vision. But the eaglet, growing up, identify who the eagle is. So the only difference between you and the chicken, the eaglet and the chicken, is the vision that you have as an eaglet. Now, Bible says that those that wait upon the Lord. Now, in waiting upon the Lord is developing yourself in prayer, developing yourself in study, developing yourself in reading the word, developing yourself in your skills. Use your skill, use it to add value to the world, and the world will appreciate you. So going by the help of, do you know who you are? A lot of people don't. Me, I knew who I was, but the question, who were the people that I surround myself with? Remember, I told you when I went to college. Going to college, people thought, oh, let's go and chase women, let's go and chase jobs, let's go and chase. These were some of the challenge, the peer pressure. oh, let's go. Instead of you going to college, you have to go to look for girls. Now, there's time for girls and there's time for study.
That's right.
The Bible says there's time for everything under the sun. So by God's grace, I think I'm just grateful that I was able to, with my dad, disciplinarian. I believe that discipline kept me going. So it is very important that the foundation that we have from upbringing will help us to build on where we are going. So the elders they're elders in life. Whether you like it, there'll be rain, there'll be sunshine, there'll be winter, there'll be summer, there'll be everything. But it is you, what you are going to do, when you wake up in the morning, what drives you? Where are you going? Yeah. That should tell you that where you are going, there will be hurdles ahead of you. But then you don't look at hurdle, you look at where you want where your destination. You see, a journey without a destination, it will frustrate you. You must know where you are going. Therefore, when you know where you're going, it doesn't matter the traffic, it doesn't matter the pothole, it doesn't matter the hurdle. People will discourage you, people will disappoint you, people will fail you along the road, along the way. You know who you are. You see, it's about knowing who. I started with identity. When you know who you are and know what you are called to do, you will never get frustrated whether people like you or people like you or appreciate you or not, because you know your calling. You know what you are wired for. You know that, listen, I am who I am in Christ, and I know what God has made me. Brother, growing up, as I said, I don't like talking about my upbringing sometimes. It sometimes hurt me, but I've used that as my stepping stone. A lot of us, we have background, and I wrote a book that your background is not the ultimate. God knows your future. Right. The reason why I wrote that book,
I believe in that too.
Because God has deposited a great thing in us, but we must also identify who we are and what God is, the God factor and your factor and the world factor. So the world factor will give you opportunity. You must take step into that opportunity, and by the grace of God backing you with the knowledge you have, you'll be where you are. So there will be hurdles everywhere, in ministry, in marriage, in relationship, in everything, academical way, in education, school, whatever you want to go, there will always be a hurdle. It is up to you to know where you are going specifically. Then you identify the hurdle. There will be hurdle as a military man going to war. There will be a hurdle as a police officer going to arrest someone. There will be a hurdle as a teacher going to teach a student. There's a student also coming to class when the teacher is going to wear tie dress or tie jeans. That when you are not focusing while you are in school, you'll be looking at the backside of that teacher instead of you looking at your backside, and make sure so your ass is right, so that when you finish that college, you can also put your hand on your chest that I have accomplished my purpose while I'm in education. So there will be hurdles everywhere. There will be hurdles. A life without hurdles is more challenging, because then you don't know where you're going.
So what I have particularly, if you check the time, it's about 11 minutes past 1 o'clock, and I'm here with FEDINAND LAWSON. I'm going to read a few messages from Facebook, which I seem to be seeing a lot of inspiration as you meet people. I'm going to read this.
Thank you.
To you.
Thank you.
Right. This is coming from my own friend. He said, "Hi, Doc, I'm watching you. FEDINAND is an awesome man." And this one says, I see you, Doc. He's a great man of God, and I've read quite of his books. So you're not just known within, the confines of the United Kingdom. At least your book must have gone beyond borders. But let me come back to the question as to how you're able to withstand the challenges, especially the mockery aspect of it, which you overlook and still came far to this extent. What has been the main, tool, if you want, that kept you going, that made you swept all these mockery or whatever challenges you had under the carpet?
You see,
because you must have seen the future.
You must have a vision. I mean, growing up, one of the guys that I always admire, I have his thing with me. I brought it together for a reason. Let me just see if I can find it. I don't want to mention the name without showing it.
Right, that's fine.
Anyway, that is Dr. We'll call him Doctor, but Comrade Dumont. Comrade Dumont was one of the guys that I really admire.
Today marks his, the death anniversary when he passed on not too long ago. We really miss him. He was an incredible person.
Yeah, I mean, Comrade Duma was one of the guys that I always wanted to be in the radio.
Okay.
I wanted to be a journalist.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm not surprised. I'm even doing more than journalism because I am a columnist.
You write,
I
you
go on
do
radio,
all
go on
that.
TV,
Yeah,
and all
excellent.
that. So journalism is not limited to going about fighting and trying to investigate crime and all that.
Yeah.
But then you can also, like what you're doing, you're doing journalism because you're bringing people like that to come on the platform to share our idea. So I would say how to overcome it. I mean, you must always have somebody that propels you, encourages you when you wake up in the morning. What drives you? You must have somebody that is doing better than you. When you're in the play, when you're working with people that you are better than, that you are not doing it, you are not going to go for it. It's about a change of mind. Your mind must be different. Your mind, your focus, you must have that mind. Say, listen, I want to be there because he's been there. So you don't compare yourself with others or to others, but then you complement them and then use their skills, their knowledge, the ideas that they've done, what they are doing well in society to become your stepping stone into where you're going. So yet I use Comrade Duma as an example because he's a very good guy. I mean, in terms of journalism in the UK.
Koma was an incredible.
He was the guy that went through this hard time. And then you see, when you believe that somebody has done it before, then you can also have the grace to also do what they've done. Now, Jesus Christ made an example that greater work are we going to do as Christians. Right. Jesus Christ ministered at the young age of his life, 33, he passed on. And then the disciples took it on. So it is very important that we as individuals, myself, I got to understand that for me to make an impact, I have to make sure that I write about the limitation, the hurdles, things that will stop me from making progress. So yet you must identify the problem and then find a solution for it. Yeah, so these are the reasons why how I managed to overcome my if I won't try to say the hurdle. Believe in yourself. I mean, self-belief. I believe that nobody can believe you than you. Nobody can ever believe you than you. You must believe in yourself. I mean, people say that when you're a Christian, you don't say believe in yourself, but Jesus said, I am who I am. Yeah. Jesus Christ gave an example that I am who I am. I am what I am. I am the Christ. He didn't say I am a Christ. He said I am the Christ. So when you believe that you are FEDINAND LAWSON, your makeup, your DNA is different from others. Right. You then become to understand that listen, the reason for me to be on this earth is not to compete with Dr. Morton, but to be in my lane, value what God has given me as an individual. My life must be an addition to others. In my workplace, my life is an addition. In my ministry, my life is an addition. I am not called to the four wall of the church. I am called to the global market. And this is why I'm so believing in myself. I am not only in my what they call the church sector, but I'm moving on to take the gospel into the world. So we have come to understand that if we limit ourselves by not believing in us, people do not respect you, they may not value you, but that's fine. Okay. The fact that somebody doesn't value you does not mean you should devalue yourself. That's right. Respect yourself. Have some panache. Have some validity. See, don't wait for people to approve you. One thing I never did and I will not do, to wait for somebody to clap for me before I do something. Yeah. I'm going to do that. That would see what I do will determine the level of your clap. So if I'm not doing anything, you can choose to clap or choose to slap me. But if I'm doing something and you listen and you hear me and you congratulate me because I have found something that the world needs, that I'm doing more and I'm going to do more. So the world will only celebrate you when you believe in yourself. You must know that you are who you are. Yes, you are stamina. Yes, you are disability. Yes, you don't have money. Yes, people don't want you around you. They don't want you around them. But it's okay. It's okay to walk in your path. You will all be designed to walk in a specific path. Jesus Christ came and walked in his path. The disciple came, walk in their path. Paul came, Paul walked in his path. You came, you must walk in your path. Obama came and said, yes, I can. He walked on his feet, walked on his path. Dr. Kofi Indu, he's walking in his path. J.J. Rollins, walking his path. Kwame Nkrumah, walking his path. Nelson Mandela, all these great guys, they came, they fulfilled their mission on earth. What mission are we fulfilling? That will help you to know that you are not here to compete with others, but you are here to accomplish your purpose. Stay in your lane, and then God will open other doors for you. Remember, the Bible says that a man's gift is what makes room for him. and bring it before great men, not mere men. So most often, we stand environment that we find ourselves also can contribute to our limitation. Where the people, if you work with people who don't read and you're a writer, you're finished, you're doomed. Because if you write your book and you give it to your church folks who don't read, apart from reading the Bible, then your book will not sell. If you're a musician and then you think I want to like my sister music we played earlier, and I said that. So if you play this, if you compose the music and then you just want to sell it within your people that you are better than, you're not gonna go far. But you need to step outside the show. I was driving to this place this afternoon, then I heard a voice in my spirit. Until you step into the show, you will not go further than the shore. If you don't put that first step or your foot in the sea or the seafront, basically, if you don't step into the seafront, you will never go beyond the seafront. So you must believe that you are wired, you are God's child, you have been endowed with wisdom, knowledge that the world needs. Yet at that moment, they may not appreciate that it's fine. They may not celebrate that it's fine. But you must celebrate yourself, because the more you believe, the self-belief is the platform that you stand upon to project what God has given you. If you do, a pastor must believe that he can preach. A prophet must believe that he can give prophecy. Whatever, evangelist must also believe that can go and win soul for Christ. A musician, a DJ, whatever you're doing, if you don't believe in your calling, you see, many people are frustrated in life because one, they don't have a calling. Two, they don't believe in their calling. Three, they are not pursuing their calling. They're three different things. You must have a calling, know that you have been called to do this particular thing. Two, you must what? Follow that calling, pursue it. And then after that, then you must do everything to make sure that calling come to pass. Paul said, Paul became everything to all men because he want to win them. So if you say you're a Christian and you only go to only Christian event, you are not going. We must take the light to the world. You see, the church is, we are not talking about church, I'm talking about holistically. The church, the environment that you find yourself has the potential to enlarge you or to limit you. So if you're in the church sector, that all you do is tell your book within the church. All you do, you only go and then showcase your gift within, and after that, Monday to Friday, Saturday, what else do you do? Your gift is needed out there. You see, Dr. Mark Morrow said we must empty ourselves before we go to the grave. And I can tell you, even Dr. Mark Morrow, he's still making an impact in our life. He's dead and gone, but he's still making an impact. I listened to him this morning before coming here, because this is my mentor, and you must always find a mentor in your life. Because if you want to make progress, you must always learn from the mistake of your mentor. I have 5 mentors, and I'm always talking about them. I love talking about them. I want to mention them.
Hear who they are.
Yeah, by God's grace. I can go Dr. Mark Morrow.
Okay.
He's dead and gone, by the living mentor.
May his soul rest
may his soul rest in. My living mentor number 1 is Dr. Polylong.
Okay.
The founder of BEFTA Award.
Yeah,
Dr. Polylong. Secondly, is Dr. Olumodayo, a Nigerian. Thirdly, is Dr. Ibrahim Asante, a Ghanaian. And Dr. Frimpong Manso, the Assembly of God, the General Overseer. And also I have Bishop William Wood. And then William Wood in Mitchell.
I know him.
And then I have other mentors, which I call my pastor, Pastor John. Until Juliana Champon's husband.
Right.
KPI, that's my mentor. So you must have different. See, what you want to become, you must have the number of mentors to help you. Not only in church. You see, Dr. Polylong is not a pastor. Dr. Lumo is not a pastor. Dr. Ibrahim Asante is not a pastor. They are in health, media, and leadership.
I was actually coming to that. When he talked about the fact that some people, once you're Christian, they assume you must stay just within the lane of Christianity.
Yeah.
And I read your book. I read one. You're actually a public health person.
Yeah.
And so that caught my attention with the areas and specifications of what one does in a variety perspective. But
sure.
How do you blend your book, which is about 80% of inspiration, and all based on the encouragement? People to have the resilience of actually realizing it's all not over, and then with the public health activities.
Yeah, it goes back to what I'm saying, vision.
Okay.
If you are called to impact a particular location or group of people, then you limit yourself to that particular area. I've known that I'm not only called to be only a Ghanaian, born Ghanaian, but for the world. I'm a Fultarian, Ghanaian, but for the world. So while I know that my gifts are needed out there, the church may not necessarily need all my gifts. My gifts are needed out there. So growing up, I've always wanted to be somebody who wants to be out there, bringing challenging, bringing transformation, bringing inspiration, encouraging people. Because me, myself, I told you, I have been through a lot. And then by God's grace, I have managed to overcome. That I know there are people out there who are also going through the same thing that I went through. So I don't shut the door behind them, and my doors are open for them to also come to me and learn. So I'm over the moving on by encouraging myself, encouraging people that you can also become what you want to become. Right. So going back to your question, yes, I mean, combining the book, I know that I'm a health worker. Yes. I train as a nurse. Right. And then I didn't finish it. I'm not gonna lie on there. I trained, but when I got to my second year, I mean, I didn't finish it because I thought it was something that was not for me. Then I went 5 years later. I went to do my public health, which I finished by God's grace. I have a BSc in my public health and healthcare, and from there, by God's grace, I'm doing my another 7 years. 5 years, 7 years later, I've just by God's grace, I'm finishing my master's in MSc in biomedical. Now you see, my calling is not only in the church. I'm realized the church. The church, as we say it, we are human beings. We are tripartite beings: the body, the soul, and the spirit. So, and my word, my writing will inspire you, your spirit. But after that, what do I also need to give you to help your body? That is where my health expertise comes in. That when you are suffering with anything to do with health, as a public health worker, I am there to support you. So the church will not be dysfunctional because we don't have a doctor, we don't have a nurse, we don't have a public health worker within the church. All we know, we are prayer warriors, we are tongue speaking, we are people who will be casting the devil, we are people who will be playing fire, people will be and we are people who will be doing different things in the church. But then after the spirit, we are tripartite being. So the body, the soul, the spirit. So now after the spirit is been fed with the Bible, the scripture, everything. Now your body, you need your body to take you to church. If you are crippled and you don't go to church, will you be able to enjoy your Christian life? No. And I've always said that the Holy Spirit dwells in the body. The dead body, the Holy Spirit does not dwell in dead body. Please, let's get this right. No matter how spiritual we think we are, we must give essence to our health, take care of our health. So my calling is not only limited to prayer, the word, but I'm also teaching you how to look after yourself. And the totality of a human being, a holistic approach. So we are not in only one side, and then that is why me, by God's grace, I'm able to move around, because when it comes to church, I'm there. When it comes to the world market, I'm there. When it comes to health, I'm there. So I cannot limit myself. Exactly. I cannot limit myself.
Okay, so it's coming up to almost 1:30 or 1:30. It's just about 1:27, and we've got about 30 minutes to go. I just want to take a little time to talk about, change your mind, change your world. Yeah. Right. So in as much as you're looking at varieties of the areas of an individual or layman in the street, with the spiritual life, there's a total being and development and all of that. This is a book that, develops the totality of an individual. Yeah. If I look at the content in it, it is a book that is worth getting one at least. Where can we get one of these books? Because it talks about, sort of building your finances,
personal development.
Yeah, your finances, your work, your
everything.
As I said,
and that makes you who you are.
That makes you who you are. Yeah. So how do we get one of these?
Well, the book at the moment will be on Amazon very soon.
But it's not ready.
It's not ready, but it's ready. It's out. I have a copy at home. So now what I'm doing is on the print. I'll use the word reserve. So you have to inbox me, and I have to get rich because I've just finished my university, my master's. So obviously I was investing into my
well
study.
done and congratulations.
So, amen. So financially, I will see. Let me quickly say this because what I've realized before I even finish talking about it.
I hope I'm going to get one anyway.
That is fine. You can have that copy if you want. Oh, this is playing up. Sorry. You see?
Anyway, this is the book
When-
for those of you who want to get one. It's Change Your World.
Change your mind, change your world.
Change your mind, change your world. And so if you want one, until the book gets ready, at least if you contact me, I can help you get one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the book, I mean, I'll say it's ready. If you inbox me or you can go to Dr. Morton, you can get a book. Now, what I'm trying to say is, the fact that you don't have money does not mean you cannot use your gift. As a
Come
student,
again. I
I
like that.
The fact that you don't have capital
Right.
does not mean your dreams will die. People have dreams. Oh, miniska, imbeska, imbegamana. Now go now I don't have money. No, you see, you need idea to make money. You don't need money to have an idea. I wrote one of my books, How to Create Your Wealth. You see, there's so much in us that the world needs, and the world can appreciate what we give out. So my books, I wrote them. Even I don't get support from anyone.
Oh, wow.
It's about planning. All the 16 books that I've written, by God's grace, my hand is up. I did not get even one dime from anyone to tell me, Ferdinand, I am sowing this into your book for your book to come out. No. Or what idea do you have? Can I sow into it? I have come to believe for my dream to come out, I must push that baby. I must push myself. I must work. That is why I work. I don't hide myself in the church for 24 to be paid by the church. I go and use my gift. A hand that does not work must not eat. So I go and deploy my gift at work as a public health worker, and therefore I get paid. So when I get paid, I pay myself 10%. That is planning. You must plan for your dream. Plan. It's a woman that is pregnant must plan. Baby shower. You must plan how you want to be celebrated. Right. So what do? My gift, my books. What I do, I pay myself 10% of my salary. I work. Okay. They paid me. I pay my bill. Then I pay myself a percentage of what I do. So I save that money towards my gift. So don't tell me that you cannot use your gift. Don't tell me that you can't write that book. Don't tell me that the dream you are waiting for a supporter. Listen, if you are waiting for the world to support you, then you will die with your dream. Don't wait for anyone to support yourself. Encourage yourself. Tell yourself, I must find a way out. There's always a way out. There is always the way out. See, I have published, not written, published 16 books by the finger of God. I did not get a dime for anyone. I can say this and I can say it till I drop dead because I believe in my dream. Not everybody will appreciate your dream. No. How many of my community read books? You can put a book on the shelf and put Shaki, cow food. Or they will rather go for cow food and do not go for the Shaki. So they will not go for the book. So if you are only waiting for your sector, your community to celebrate you, then you are limiting your gift. And listen, a man gift takes you beyond the show. So you must identify what you see. If you don't have something in your hand, how do you expect somebody to? If I don't do what I'm doing, how would you have invited me to your show? Yeah. So you must change your mind. Your mind, you see, success is by the way you think. It's relative, but you must think it. What you think is what you become. I've made myself, I've decided I will become celebrated in this world before I drop dead. So I am on my way. Whether in small form, big form, whatever shape, I am leaving a footstep. Like my fellow brother who always did, Oscar Bimpo will say, leave your footstep. Your footstep is what is traceable to where you'll be. Your footstep is what people will use to trace you. What legacy or legacy are you leaving behind? Are you living productive? Your life must add value to others. You are not here to eat shaki. You are not here to eat fufu. You are not here to eat banku alone. You see, the banku you are eating is somebody's idea. My God. Right. So you must change your mind to evolve, to involve, to rejuvenate. You must come alive. Don't just sit down and just tell yourself, I am a winner. You are not a winner until you win. What battle are you winning? Stop singing that song. Stop talking to yourself. Oh, I can't do it because I don't get any support. No, be your own supporter.
Okay.
Be a supporter.
Let me ask you this.
Mm.
We've had the likes of, few people who must have started a journey leading to their dream.
Sure.
Go to the middle of it, probably go, battered over by the strong winds of the wave. What has been the main reason why people don't get to the destination with such perspective?
I mean, if I go straight to your question, that I said from the beginning, it's about vision. Is it a man without vision is has no destination. Your vision informs your decision, and the vision must drive you to where you're going. Now, I'm not saying that they will not be headed. I could have given up when I was growing up. Oh, nobody's supporting me, and nobody want to help me.
It gets to a point,
and then
you go like,
train it out.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah, so,
and it gets to the point you're like, okay, after all, let me give it. It includes pastors, it includes leaders, it includes teachers who rather sway to someone else, especially if they're not, being able to withstand or stand the challenges that comes their way.
Yeah. So going back to the answer, we must know why. We must know why we are called to do a particular thing. A boxer want to go into boxing ring because he want to win a game. Nobody get into football. We lost yesterday. I mean, I was telling myself, Manchester United, we could have won the game, but then we lost. We drew, but I said we lost. Why? Because we didn't get in to lose, but we didn't win. We drew. So life is like a football game. You either win or lose, but you must tell yourself, I am not going to lose. So when you decide not to lose, what do? Discipline yourself. Plan. See, people don't succeed in life because they don't plan. If you live your life anyhow, your dream will die anyhow. If you carry your dream anyhow, somebody will trash it anyhow. Right. How much do you value yourself? Do you value yourself as, listen, I know that I am called to be a nurse. Whether rain comes, shine, whatever, rain, shine, whether it is sunshine, rain, fall, winter, whatever, I am going to go for that course. Yet I may find challenges, but I am wired for it. Have you been wired for what you are doing, what you are called to do? My brother, I could give up. I had opportunity in my life that I nearly threw in the towel, not even to go to church again.
And so at least
because you have church leaders.
And so at least you don't, in as much as
I don't look down on people who are looking down themselves, but I encourage them. That's why I'm who I am. That's why I'm a motivator, because I know it is difficult, especially when you have leaders, pastors, reverend, bishop, that they know that you have a gift that they can support, and they will rather see you as a pauper. Come to them, oh bishop, I want money. Oh bishop, I want this. You are begging. Listen, anywhere that you have to beg for support, please leave that place. Anywhere you have to beg.
It gets to a point you don't have a choice.
No. I'm coming to. Okay. I'm talking about. The Bible said that you are a slave to the lender. Bible says that. So, oh, please help me. Oh, please, I'm dying. Oh, please help me. My dream. Oh, no. A different thing. Go to them. See, when they can see what you are and what you carry, it will inspire them to sow into you. I've got people now telling me, oh, can I sow? A brother sold £100 into this book. Why? Because he has been seeing me being consistent in my approach to my thing.
I've equally have.
Okay. So when you are consistent in your calling, it doesn't matter where support is coming, because don't depend on men. Men will fail. The Bible says arm of men will fail you, arm of flesh will fail you. But I'm not saying that don't go to them. If you know you have an idea, you go there with an idea. Don't go there, oh please, I want money for food. Have an idea, have something to add value to them. So begging for people for support, me, I'm saying that don't beg. Oh, please, I'm begging you. The word is beg. I'm not saying don't request. Oh, please, I have an idea. I want to set up a hospital in Ghana. Okay. And I know you have a link to maybe Kennedy Japan, or you have a link to Despite, or you are somebody that can support me financially. So therefore, okay, do you have anyone? Okay, you know what, FEDINAND, I know this your idea is very lucrative. It's very important that we do this kind of nursing or this kind of aspect of health in Ghana. Don't worry, I'm going to help you to link you to somebody. That is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that, oh, go and beg, hey, if you don't give me, I will die. If you do, no. Then you are not serious. Don't beg for people to see your value. That's what I'm saying. Your value must rather draw people to you. So the question is, what are you doing to add value to the world? And the support that you need will come to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm talking to a very good friend of mine who of inspiring not just myself, but a few people who follow most of my events. Morning, we're talking about, change your mind, change your world. From what I've actually grasped, it appears to say most of the time we just sit down, in as much as God has given us the potential to get it projected and wait for help in and out, especially it gets to a point in time we let go or we throw in the towels because we feel we have come to the end of the journey.
Yeah.
But we have still an option. We have a way we can still build or track on till we finish the race.
Yeah.
Over the years, with those you've dealt with personally, you've had personal encounters with, what have you seen as what has let them down? Is it just sitting down, or the fact that we got to a point they realized they could no longer go on? Or where was that spirit of resilience?
So I will say, I will use some few examples. Of course, I've seen people come into my inbox telling me, oh, man of God, the Lord spoke to me that you are the only one who can help me to write my books.
So this is not somebody who needs help generally, but at the area of
I'm talking about. I'm going to be specific in areas. Because I've said people that I've dealt with more people who want to write books, publish their books than any other thing. People who are depressed because their wife or husband left them, and sometimes they say, oh, they want to give up. Listen, the fact that somebody leaves you or somebody left your life does not mean you're ended. You should end your life.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe either. So going back to what I'm saying, people come into your inbox, you tell you, oh, man of God. The Lord, where I have a problem with people when they tell me the Lord said. You come into my inbox.
Yeah, but if the Lord said, what should they say?
No, I'm a spiritual being, and I know when God said. Then sometimes you give people the benefit of that, okay? Because over the years, it said over the years, I've heard that over the years, and it's becoming a trend because people want you to help them, and they'll tell you, God said, why don't you come to your brother? I want you to help me in this area. Then I know. But this is the case. You'll tell him the Lord said. Now, the Lord said you should help me. Now, along the way, you are helping them. Okay, you're giving them maybe mentorship. Okay. You're giving them things to follow. You're giving them guidelines. They don't come back. They vanish. They don't come back to you. Now, it's not that because you are not available. You're always available to people that they need or they must maximize. But it's about them not knowing why they want it. When you want to do something because others are doing, you come out and tell somebody the Lord said. The Lord said. Okay. The Lord could say it, but if the Lord said He has given you grace, so it doesn't matter how long it takes, you must bring back your book. As I said to you, in the area of publishing, I didn't go to writing book school. I didn't know how to write books. All I did was I used my brain by what I told you. God told me, use the idea that you have. I didn't go to anybody to help me. I started writing my bad grammar.
Right. So before you go on, is there anything wrong if you seek help, especially when
No. I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong. It's about saying, number one, where do you seek that help?
Well, especially
and be honest.
Those in front of the very things you do. Yeah. Let's say those who have excelled in the areas where, with some sort of perfection, and so you thought it could be of help. Why not?
There's nothing wrong with asking for help. I mean, I will say that and I say it again. But what I'm saying is, when you need help, be specific and be upfront and be honest about the help you are looking for. Now, if you know that you haven't got the money to write the book, why don't you tell me, brother, I want to write this book. I don't have money. But don't tell me the Lord said that you should help me. Then when I'm charging you, then you don't want to come back. So that is, you are not prepared. And if you are not prepared for something, don't step into it. But what I'm saying, if you need support, be open up. Listen, I need support. If I ask you, brother, after this program, I need £1,000 to go and publish my book, to make book launch. And I don't tell you open. I tell you, if I wish somebody can give me £1,000, be honest. You want £1,000, I'll give it to you. Be specific in your need, be specific in your request. And then when you are asking for that support, they will give you that support. But don't use the Bible, don't use me. I'm a Christian. Don't use God to say that God said.
Let me come in, buddy. I mean, you look at the Bible. I'm not as much bent into it as you are.
Yeah.
And somewhere in the Bible, didn't God ask people, go and see this man for help?
Yeah.
Go and see whether Jonathan or Paul or someone for help.
Prophet Morton.
Well, forgive me, but I know there are people somewhere in the Bible who say, go and see this to pray for you, to give you help. And
prayer, I'm not talking about prayer, I'm talking about in my area. I've got people who come in health challenges. Got people who are depressed.
Go to
people who come to
Jonathan.
They come to have issues. Now, what I'm trying to drive home is, it doesn't matter the need that you have. If when you go to a doctor, a medical doctor, you want the doctor to heal you on a particular illness. You don't tell the doctor that it is your leg when you have headache. You'll be giving, or if you have a headache, you say it's your skin. You'll be giving a cream to go and apply on your skin. Meanwhile, your headache is still there. So I'm saying that whatever need that we all, Jesus Christ, didn't Jesus Christ himself told the young man, what can I do for you? He knew that the boy was blind. He knew that the man was withered hand. He said, what do you want me to do? He wants the person to be specific. How do I know that you know food you need, but you need your arm? You say you need your arm to be straight.
Let me give you this scenario.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
We met few people. You must have gone to a manager and asked you what kind of area of work can I be of help to, and then you go, oh, just anything at all to survive. And then they don't yield much to self-help. Than such help than telling you want to be a secretary, you want to be manager of this company, and then some sort of specification. Is that what we're talking about? It's not as if God does not, or who the person does not know where to help you from.
That maybe you've summarized. I think that is what I'm driving at. You must say that what I said, be specific. You know what you want in life. Go for it. Whether rain or shine, whether people are there to support you or not.
Somebody vows to be a lawyer and end up being a boxer.
That is, of course, people they call themselves doctors, but now they become pastors, they are bishops. They say they are different calling. God has told them to leave the medical field, and they're in the health sector, they're in the church field. That is another different ball game together. But you see, we are talking about support. If you know what you want, you go and get it. If I need McDonald's, I don't go to Agrobesto or any Ghanaian restaurant. I go to McDonald's. If I need KFC, I don't go to McDonald's, I go to KFC. So the thing that you need specifically, you go to that shop and get it. Now, going back again from the scripture you want to use, I want to go to the Bible made it clear that there was a guy who needed help for somebody. He had got visited, and he said he needed to give them food, breakfast. But because he doesn't have, he went to knock at somebody's house. Oh, I need some breakfast. And keep knocking. Consistency. You're knocking at that particular door to get what you want. You're asking with all the humility. With some people, they don't get what they need because one, they are proud. They think that I don't do. Even if I go to, he will not give me. But that's not the point. The point is when you need what you know what you need. It doesn't matter whether the person opened the door for you. You keep knocking. I'm talking about consistency in your request. I'm saying that when you need this particular thing, you must stick to what you want in life and go for it. Whether people support you, we're talking about support. Somebody supporting you is a choice. They can support you or not, but you must make the point clear. Like you said, somebody going looking for a job. Oh, I came to this studio. So, but FEDINAND, I think I love the studio. I want to work here. Now, which aspect of the studio you want to work? Do you want to be cleaning? You want to be sweeping? You want to be doing radio present? Oh, anything that, like you said, anything that will make me to move on with my life.
Something to survive.
So you're only looking for survival. Fine, we all on this earth to survive anyway. But some of us, we are moving beyond survival and helping others to survive. When you come to that point, it's not money that will make you to help others to survive.
Is there money? Money does everything. From God comes money.
Of course. Money, you are money.
I
am money.
You
money. Sitting down there, you are money. You know why?
I need money. So how come I'm money and I need money?
You are money because your parents invested in you. You are money. You are their money. So you must also add value to yourself. Whatever you've been given, go and use your gift, go and use your talent, and the world will buy you, they'll pay for you. You see, your value is what you do. People pay you by what you do, what you are giving them. They don't give you money because you are looking handsome. They give you money because you are adding value to them. And that is why, unfortunately, let me use this word. You're really young girls in Ghana now. Everybody want to be what do you call it, slave queen, because they don't want to work. They have come to believe that when I add, they'll give it to me, and I want to support you.
But being a slave queen probably is another means of making money.
That is what they want to survive. They want to survive, don't you? They want to survive, so they want to be a slave queen. But my question to you right now, is that the only gift that you have to give?
Well, perhaps that's the area she can be excellent in.
Okay, well, I'll leave that to you. But to me, I don't think that is the right way. So having been to school, can they not use their talent? Can they not use their gifting? Can they not having done learning a trade? That's another thing. Do they have any vocational skill that they can use to add value? The clothes that they are wearing to go and stand on the bus stop or whatever to be a slave queen, it was somebody's idea in Pakistan or India sewing those clothes, and then they are bringing it to the place and we are wearing them.
Let me give you a typical example of myself. I, for one, like the olden days, or especially in Ghana, unlike this country where we have what we call career development and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Ghana, they say, oh, my mommy, Akusia mommy, Nebano, a doctor, so you go and study to become a doctor.
Yeah.
So I, for example, here they read around you, look at the area where you best fit, and then help you develop it.
Yeah.
My parents thought I could be a doctor. I reckon, or I realized I didn't like figures. I didn't like 1, 2, 3. And I realized a subject like mathematics is a standing point or some sort of the pivot of science.
Sure.
And so I realized, I started with science. I realized I wasn't doing well. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not sometimes I don't think it's the pushing of it. Sometimes you can tell this is not for me.
Sure.
Don't we have that?
Do we have what?
Don't we have a stage where you get to realize this is not for me?
Of course. I said it earlier that I was doing nursing and I got to a point like,
no, I'm coming to your issue of still keep knocking and keep pushing.
Right.
Like if I had to get an extra teacher to help me with mathematics because I want to be a doctor.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying?
You could have done that, but people didn't do it because they didn't have the means to do it.
Yeah, I'm telling you this because I reckon even if you have to, mash the
Kinky and sell or whatever, kinky.
Mash the mathematics.
Okay.
I was still not going to excel. You know what I'm saying? That is where I'm coming to.
Sure. Okay.
There is nothing I could do with the mathematics than to leave it.
Our upbringing in Ghana, I mean, in Africa, I don't know about Africa, let me say Ghana. Our upbringing has not helped us in a certain way in terms of education. We have people that everything we know is about white collar job. That is why infrastructure in Ghana is on a low scale. Because look at UK. How you can tell me people have gone to university, they've got doctor, whatever title they have. But a builder can earn more than a doctor. You know why? Because because we're trying to help them. We're trying to know that you can use your skill. The mental skill is not the same as physical skill. So if you're using your physical skill like a builder, a carpenter, and all these things, your vocational skill, it is something that we as Ghanaians we should also look into. So I'm not surprised that we have dropped our children or students in Ghana who are even finished university, not use the word drop out, but some are finished university and at home waiting for having to open to them. When they have gone to, they've developed them, maybe they go to the University of Kumasi, Kwame Nkrumah, they do publishing or whatever. Can they not get into publishing? Can they not set up something that can help people in the free way? I mean, I started doing writing for people for free. And now I get paid for my column. I write column and I started writing for free. So now I get paid for it. So I'm trying to say that whatever skill that you have, one, know what skill you have, invest into it, go out there, make yourself available, be used. You can only be used when you are useful. When you are not useful, they'll throw you away. So if you tell me that you are a Ghanaian growing up and therefore all you know is go to university, go to Legon, go to whatever university, come out and you have a PhD or have a degree to your name, and then what you are not adding value to me. Because the kenke seller probably didn't go to university, but it's feeding your stomach. And if you're hungry, you can't go to school. You can't go to learn. So what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter what knowledge you think you have. Try to develop yourself in the area of need that you can meet. There are a lot of need out there, and we must also find a way by changing our dynamism of thinking that, listen, maybe this is not for me, but like I said, I can flow in the pastoral work. I can flow in the medical field. I can flow in whatever department leadership. I'm noted for leadership because this is me. I want to change people from having that shallow mentality. Oh, I can't do it. They are not supporting me. They are not helping me. Can you help yourself? Come on, get yourself together. Put yourself together. David encouraged himself. So it's about changing your mind, even in disappointment. They will give up on you. They will reject you. They will say, in your rejection lies your projection. Know who you are. It's all boiled down to who you are. I know a lot of students in Ghana, when they see me, they are happy because they think I'm an inspiration to them. How? Because I'll keep telling them, education stop when you stop learning. So after you have finished education, don't stop learning, keep learning. Go out there, add value, find somebody to help. Look, Ghana, when I finished secondary school in Ghana, I opted to be going to people's houses, sowing plant, seed, flower. I love flowers. So I often go to botanical garden, go and, sometimes they'll throw flowers away. I take them, plant them, they grow, use them, and go to people's houses, planting for them. I was doing that when I was in Ghana, and then I went into teaching. I didn't go to teacher school, but when I finished in secondary school, waiting for my daddy to bring me to UK, I didn't sit down waiting for my daddy to send a pound. My grandmother was there, my grandmother was selling condo. I used to carry rubber bag on myself, rubber bag Cantamanto. Are you telling me that is not a trade? Okay. I was doing all these things, and today, look at where I am. And so what I'm trying to say is, whatever gift and whatever we think we want in life, we must first know who we are, what we want. If you don't know what you are and what you want, anywhere anybody can give anything, that might not be what you need. So you must specifically know what you want and go where you need it, where they help you.
Right. So let me put this segregation between a developed world and a third world country. For example, here, the kids, when they start off, parents are able to discover what they could possibly lead to. So including football, the interest in music, and quite a few things like that. 1991, before the Starlet won the under 17 World Cup at Danelado, that group, for example, most parents who, after that, is when the Ghanaian parents realized that, look, so as long as see football as a game of a vagabond, as we have assumed. I mean, at the point in time, I told my dad I wanted to play football. The answer. I remember like yesterday, vividly, he said to me, over my dead body. Even if I was good at that and I was going to, I would have excelled maybe today playing Manchester United. But you never know. Those dreams, don't you think most parents have shut the dreams of their kids?
That is why I told you from the beginning that it is our upbringing in Ghana in terms of developing ourselves.
I think Africa, put it that way.
I don't know about Nigeria. I don't know. I'm just speaking to my country where I know. Now, I don't want any country to come and tell me I said something. I'm thinking about Ghana. Because I live in Ghana. I know in Ghana. I go to Ghana every year. So I would say yes. You see, when you go to school, you are just good at maybe math. They still go and do science. Or me, I did general art, and I was like talking. Somebody who never spoke. Now I like.
I love history. I love history.
I never like history, but I love economics. And by general, and I love geography, French, and then I think English. Now, that some of my friends that did economy did general art. Some I doctored. They did medicine. I know a guy who did home economics, but today he's a medical doctor. So
let me cut you here. I'm sorry, but have you realized that most musicians, most footballers, some of the things within the secular perspective, apart from the formal education, after maybe Sarkodie becomes the most rap icon in Ghana, and then he wanted to be a lawyer, but he thought this, and this is where he is. Sure. Without telling him, he thought he could be a scientist or a doctor. He ends up here because this and that, and my dad didn't allow me. I'm not going back to that.
Sure.
But the discovery of your potential, I know it could only be projected by you. Most of them, you're gonna get the help, or some people who are going to bring you back on track and feel that, look, this is what you need. And it gets to a point you realize, okay, so this wasn't good for me after all. But then they don't wait and sleep there. They got to do something else, and then they realize. But sometimes it comes at a very latter age of your life. And then the too late syndrome
Yeah.
sticks in there, and they're like, okay, he's getting a degree at the age of 54.
Yeah.
You know,
When are you going to work?
when is it going to work?
And
And then
then-
you've got women. I've seen books written by 90-year-old women who about, you must have seen them.
Yeah.
Like 13 degrees at that age, still in college, and
Yeah.
making sure he gets something.
Yeah.
How do they come by that? How do they realize they can still do it at that age?
Yeah. You've got, you see, self-belief and self-esteem.
It doesn't matter what time.
No. I mean,
The,
if you believe,
the span of time,
if-
the
if you know, I don't know, maybe I'm saying that a record. If you know who you are, I think
it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter how long it takes. You know that you are going to Ghana, so you're on a plane 7 hours. It doesn't matter how long, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, so as long as 7 hours is what we're gonna get there. So it's about being patient on yourself. Don't be in competition with anyone. Know that your time is different from others. See, when people tell you, or especially women, oh, my time, my clock is ticking. I don't know who told you that. What timetable are you on? Are you with me? You know, I mean, if I mention I'm a young man, some of my friends that I actually started education with, even a guy that when I was in secondary school, was my junior, that I disciplined in my house. Today, he is the general, I think the general manager for cyber security in Ghana. He nominee. I mean, the Ghana government, the president of Ghana, has appointed him to be the cyber security of Ghana. This is somebody that I beat in secondary school. So what I'm trying to say, your time, everybody has their time. The time for apples is different from the time for coconut. The coconut time is different from the time for orange. You must know the type of fruit you are. You must know the type of seed you are. If you know who you are and know what you carry, it doesn't matter whether it's look at the number of years that coconut takes to bear. As compared to okra or pepper. So are you pepper or you are coconut? Know what you are. See, when you know this, then it puts you in an area of what self-awareness and self-conscious. You self. What the word? You're happy with yourself. You're content with yourself, but you are not lazy.
Self-satisfaction.
What does it? So you are not over-satisfied. Okay, I've gotten to where I'm okay. No, you know there's more in you, and therefore, as you are going step by step, you are getting there. So first, take the baby step. What made them to overcome it? Maybe they believe in themselves. And once you believe, as I said, the self-belief is the key that opens the opportunity doors to you. But if I know I can't come here and I can't talk, I will give you 100 excuses I won't come. Because I know I can't talk.
Yeah.
There are many people who cannot speak publicly, but they are very good when they are talking to you one-on-one. So know your area of gifting. Know your area of specialty. Know what you are wired for. When you know what you are wired for and what you are wired for, then you are able to flow easily. Give me any topic under this heaven. I will, by God's grace, give you knowledge about it.
Okay.
You see, because I have made myself to be an open dictionary. That any information I want to know, I may not have full information, yet I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I'll make mistakes here and there, but I do not allow my mistake to deter me from making an attempt to improve myself. So if you believe in self-development, which I believe in personal development. Most of my book that I write is about personal development, because you are the only one can develop yourself. People can give you money, people can take you to school, as you said, even if they mash ground blend, mathematics is nothing to do with you. So such a person, such a child growing up, and then you are beating this boy in Ghana, knocking the head, go and be a doctor, go and be a doctor, and then the person will go and then go and get F9, come, go and be a doctor. You are frustrating a child. Whereas if you have sat down, then no, this guy is very good at cooking. Why don't we help him to set up maybe Kenke factory,
Right.
or maybe Banku and Tilapia?
Right.
Maybe somebody's idea, bring him. So you can get, you know what, this boy be doing well. By the time you were like, boom. Me, when I came to this country, I love cooking. My dad told me to go into cooking, to be go to catering school. I didn't want to go there because I know I can cook. I want to be out there, do something different. So look at all these guys who are doing well in their field, because they have come to believe that the only way this world will be their stool is to develop themselves,
Okay.
add value to themselves.
Thank you.
Know that the word is their platform.
Thank you very much. It's been an awesome conversation. This is a takeoff conversation after a long break of the Dr. Morton show. I've got a few lineups of very well-known and incredible people coming on this show. Thank you for at least giving me the curtain raiser of this. And I'm sure we're going to get on you anyway. I'm going to get to you. And then anytime we call you, you're going to come around. And then the book, as I said, when it's ready, if you want one, you can contact me, and then I can link you to Ferdinand Lawson. Or if you know him, what is Ferdinand Lawson. Can you put your social media handles or anything?
I mean, Ferdinand Lawson, Ferdinand Samuel Lawson, author.
Okay.
Ferdinand
so if you
Samuel
inbox
Lawson,
him,
inbox me.
Ferdinand. Okay, you can follow even the link on my page that I share
Sure.
with, and then you can get much of you. Thank you. But for the last word of the most, sort of heartbroken man who seems to see himself as there's no way he feels the world has come to an end, and then we can get off here.
Well, my last word is never give up on yourself. Believe in what God has given you. You are very important to this world. Don't go telling yourself that I cannot make it. Believe that you are what God has called you. And if you believe in what you are, that belief system is what will deliver you from whatever system you find yourself. So don't give up on yourself. Trust in what God has given you. Trust in God. And believe what He has given you as an individual. Don't compare yourself with that. Because most people, when you compare ourselves to others, that's where we get frustrated and we get upset and get depressed. So don't go carrying disease on yourself. Go out there. The world is waiting for you. The world is your footstool, but only when you believe in what you can do. So you can do it. Don't give up on yourself.
Whatever you want to do with your life, give a little attention to those who distract you. That is my interpretation for this word. Bright featuring, or Sarkodie featuring Bright. One of the songs are very good. So fast becoming my signature tune. I love it. I want to say thank you very much to all of those who tuned in. One buddy of mine just told me, "Oh, Doc, I missed the show. I just came back from church." Sorry, buddy. I know this is a very crucial time that I've decided to start off this show with, but I can't help it. Well, I'm not. Don't let God get angry with me for giving an option as to check time for a program like this. This is going to be very educative. Anyway, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully next week I've got Nacho Chosoyu. She's a queen mother. We're going to talk about tradition and culture. Now it doesn't look like Boy or Amamre and things are godly anymore. They're seen as a ritual, not from the devil. We're going to talk all that. A lot of people have misconception about that. She will be here next week to break all that down for us. But till then, I love you all. This is your one and only Dr. Morton. Have the best of the weekend. See you next week. Have a good day. I'm